Yo, what is up everybody? It's your man Leo and we are back with another video. Today we're about to take you on a trip to one of the most beautiful, most delicious, most amazing places on earth. That's right, we're headed to Zurich, Switzerland. I've always been obsessed with Switzerland. The Alps, the chocolate, the watches. What's not to love? And Zurich is like the heart of it all. So if you're planning a trip to Switzerland or if you're just looking for some travel inspiration, you've come to the right place. Welcome to our channel. Today, we're exploring the top 10 must-visit places in Zurich, Switzerland. Whether you're planning a trip or just curious about this beautiful city, stay tuned. Alright, first up, we're hitting Bahnhofstrasse. Imagine this, a street so clean you could practically eat off it. It's lined with these gorgeous buildings, all fancy clocks and gold trim. You've got every luxury brand you can think of. Rolex, Prada, Gucci, it's like walking through the pages of a high-fashion magazine. But here's the thing about Bahnhofstrasse, it's not just a pretty face. This street has history, man. It used to be part of the old city's moat. Can you believe that? And now it's the most expensive shopping street in the world. Talk about a glow-up. Walking down Bahnhofstrasse, it's impossible not to feel a buzz. It's like the city's energy is concentrated right here. You've got locals and tourists, street performers and businessmen in suits. Everyone's just vibing. And the architecture? Don't even get me started. Every building tells a story. You've got these grand old banks from the city's financial heyday, right next to sleek modern storefronts. It's like a crash course in Zurich's evolution, all in one street. But here's the thing I love most about Bahnhofstrasse. It's not just about spending money. Yeah, the shops are tempting, but the real joy is in the experience. Grabbing a coffee and people watching, soaking up the atmosphere, feeling the pulse of the city. That's what makes this place special. Next up, we're diving into Lake Zurich. This is more than just a body of water, people. It's like the soul of the city. Seriously, you can feel it. The air is fresher, the pace is slower, and the views? Forget about it. We're talking snow-capped Alps reflecting on crystal clear water. It's the kind of beauty that makes you want to pull out your phone and take 1,000 pictures. Now, Lake Zurich isn't just about looking pretty. This place is a playground for adventure seekers. You can go swimming, sailing, windsurfing, you name it. There are even spots for wakeboarding and water skiing if you're feeling really adventurous. And for those who prefer to keep their feet dry, there are ferries and boat tours that'll give you a different perspective on the city. But honestly, one of my favorite things to do at Lake Zurich is nothing at all. Just find yourself a bench, kick back, and watch the world go by. You've got swans gliding across the water, sailboats catching the breeze, and the city skyline in the distance. It's the perfect place to clear your head, relax, and just soak it all in. And hey, if you're lucky enough to be there on a sunny day, you might even catch some locals taking a dip in the lake. Okay, buckle up history buffs because we're about to step back in time. Old Town, or Altstadt as the locals call it, is like a perfectly preserved medieval village right in the heart of Zurich. We're talking cobblestone streets, winding alleys, and buildings that have seen centuries of history. It's the kind of place where you can practically feel the past whispering to you. As you wander through the narrow streets of Old Town, you'll stumble across hidden courtyards, charming cafes, and shops selling everything from handcrafted souvenirs to antique books. Don't be afraid to get lost here. That's half the fun. Trust me, every corner you turn will lead you to something new and exciting. One of the things I love most about Old Town is the way it seamlessly blends the old and the new. You'll find centuries-old churches standing shoulder to shoulder with trendy art galleries and hip restaurants. It's this unique mix of history and modernity that gives Old Town its special charm. Get ready to feel on top of the world because we're heading up to Uetliberg Mountain. This is the highest point in Zurich, and trust me, the views are worth every step. From the summit, you can see the entire city sprawling out beneath you, with Lake Zurich shimmering in the distance. On a clear day, you can even see the Alps. It's the kind of view that makes you feel small and insignificant in the best way possible. Now, you can hike up to the top of Uetliberg if you're feeling ambitious. There are some beautiful trails that wind their way through the forest. But for those of us who prefer a more leisurely approach, there's a train that will take you right to the top. And trust me, the views from the train are just as stunning. Once you're at the summit, there's plenty to keep you entertained. There's a restaurant where you can enjoy a meal with a view, a hotel if you want to spend the night, and even a toboggan run that's open year-round. But honestly, my favorite thing to do at Uetliberg is just find a quiet spot and soak up the panorama. It's the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and reconnect with nature. Calling all animal lovers, get ready for a wild adventure at the Zurich Zoo. This isn't your average zoo, people. We're talking about a world-renowned institution that's home to over 375 animal species from all corners of the globe. And the best part? The animals here are treated like royalty. One of the things that sets Zurich Zoo apart is its commitment to conservation. They've created these amazing habitats that mimic the animals' natural environments, so you can observe them in a way that's both educational and awe-inspiring. And it's not just about looking at animals in enclosures. Zurich Zoo also has a strong focus on education and research. They're constantly working on projects to protect endangered species and learn more about the natural world. Alright, art lovers, this one's for you. The Kunsthaus Zurich is one of the most important art museums in all of Europe. We're talking masterpieces from the Middle Ages to the present day, all housed in this stunning building that's a work of art in itself. Trust me, even if you're not a huge art buff, you'll be impressed. As you wander through the galleries, you'll encounter works by some of the biggest names in art history. Monet, Picasso, Warhol. The list goes on and on. And the best part? The Kunsthaus is constantly adding to its collection, so there's always something new to see. But the Kunsthaus isn't just about the big names. They also have a fantastic collection of Swiss art, from traditional folk paintings to cutting-edge contemporary works. It's a great way to get a taste of the local art scene and discover some hidden gems. Get ready for a crash course in Swiss history and culture at the Swiss National Museum. This place is like a time capsule, filled with artifacts and exhibits that tell the story of Switzerland from its earliest days to the present. As you wander through the museum's halls, you'll encounter everything from prehistoric tools to medieval armor to Renaissance furniture. You'll learn about Switzerland's role in the Reformation, its tradition of neutrality, and its contributions to art, science, and culture. But the Swiss National Museum isn't just about the past. It also explores contemporary Swiss society, tackling issues like immigration, globalization, and the environment. It's a fascinating look at how Switzerland is grappling with the challenges of the 21st century. Need a break from the hustle and bustle of city life? Then head to Lindenhof, a tranquil oasis right in the heart of Zurich. This hilltop square offers breathtaking views of the city, the Limmat River, and the distant Alps. It's the perfect place to catch your breath, snap some photos, and just soak up the scenery. Lindenhof is more than just a pretty view, though. It's also a place steeped in history. This was once the site of a Roman fort, and you can still see remnants of the ancient walls. In the Middle Ages, it became a popular gathering place for the city's guilds, and today it's a favorite spot for locals and tourists alike to relax and enjoy the sunshine. One of the best things about Lindenhof is that it's completely free to visit. So grab a coffee and a pastry from a nearby bakery, find a bench and watch the world go by. Trust me, it's the perfect way to spend an afternoon in Zurich. Get ready to be wowed by the Grossmünster, one of Zurich's most iconic landmarks. This Romanesque church, with its twin towers dominating the city skyline, is a must-see for any visitor to Zurich. And trust me, the views from the top are worth the climb. As you step inside the Grossmünster, you'll be struck by its simple yet elegant interior. The stained glass windows, the soaring arches, the sense of history. It's enough to take your breath away. And if you're lucky enough to be there for a service, you'll be treated to the beautiful acoustics of the church's organ. But the real highlight of the Grossmünster is the view from the top of the South Tower. From here you'll have a 360-degree panorama of Zurich, with Lake Zurich shimmering in the distance. It's the perfect place to get your bearings, snap some epic photos, and appreciate the beauty of this amazing city. Our final stop on our Zurich adventure takes us to the Fraumünster Church, a true architectural gem. This church has it all: history, art, and a touch of the divine. Trust me, it's the perfect place to end your Zurich journey on a high note. As you step inside the Fraumünster, you'll be greeted by an atmosphere of peace and tranquility. The soaring ceilings, the graceful arches, the soft light filtering through the stained glass windows, it's enough to make you feel like you've stepped into another world. But the real stars of the show here are the stained glass windows themselves. Designed by Marc Chagall and Augusto Giacometti, These vibrant masterpieces depict scenes from biblical stories and add a touch of modern art to this historic space. So, there you have it, folks. Our whirlwind tour of the top 10 must-visit places in Zurich. From the luxury of Bahnhofstrasse to the tranquility of Lake Zurich, from the history of Old Town to the art of the Kunsthaus, Zurich has something for everyone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel guides and tips. See you in the next adventure.